at you with another deal of the week for this week in October 21st. What we're looking at today is a triplex out in Hagerstown, Maryland, over on West Franklin Street. They're asking $350,000 for the property. Ultimately, you're looking at 3 2-bed, 1-bath units. Okay, so decent rental demand there. They're all currently rented, and they're generating you $31.75 per month right this second. So pretty decent cash flow there. If you're looking at the 1% rule, you're not too far off at the $350 price. And taking a quick look at the condition here. Property's in reasonable shape. Certainly tenant condition, but nothing looking like it's disastrous or needs a lot of work. But nothing super updated. But decent flooring, kitchens, decent sized bedrooms as well, which is quite nice. Even one of the units has a little balcony. It's probably in the worst condition of them all, but still not necessarily bad. Maybe you want to do a little bit to get a little more kitchen space in there. But overall, pretty decent property. We take a look at just some of the other recent sales in the area. These were all also triplexes. Of course, here's Franklin. We're just looking at them kind of side by side. There's another one active right this second for $370. So slightly more, but they are actually generating another like $100 more a month in rent. And a couple that did sell. One of them also right on Franklin Street, but a few blocks down. They got $295, and this other one here got $320. So it's probably a little higher than some of the rest, but the cash flow does certainly support the price. We just look at the other one here on Franklin. This one was a townhouse style, so definitely a little bit less value there. And one of the properties was vacant and only a 1-bedroom. So all else being equal, this property certainly should be worth a little bit more. The other one that's sold, this property, I'd actually gone out and seen, well, I saw the last one too, but this one, it needed a lot of work. Can't really tell from the pictures here too well because I didn't have that many of them there. Only exterior photos. But there was actually a decent amount of damage, even structurally on this one. That one got $320, but it was much larger. So that one needed to be kind of renovated, fixed up a little bit. So $350, honestly, just on the price point of the rents, does not seem that far off. I will say it's been on the market now for 20 days. So in theory, might be able to get it a little bit cheaper, get a little bit of a deal, maybe some credits or a little bit of a discount there. If we do look at some of the rental comps on this one, you'll see all 2-bedroom, 1-baths as well. This one had the extra half bath. They're ranging anywhere from about $1,000 to $1,200 total, just based on kind of the condition and needs there. And a couple of them ran within a month. A couple of them took a couple months to rent out. Although it's nice, this property's already rented, so no worries there. And they are getting pretty much market rents. So the $31.75, you're looking at about $1,050 each unit. So right in line with all of the rest. If we dig a little deeper into some of the numbers on this, so assuming you offer them list price, which I do think you might be able to get a little bit less, with the down payment, interest rate, taxes, insurance, you rent to the $31.75, which you're getting an estimated about $100 a month for some of the utilities, probably most of your water bill there. All in, total expenses each month about $2,300. Obviously getting about $3,100 in rent. So you're cash flowing somewhere in the ballpark of about $465 to $783 a month, just depending on how much maintenance and vacancy you have to deal with down the line. In terms of your DSCR loan, you're getting that no problem. You need at least a 1.0 ratio there, so that's checking out really strong. And you're at about a 0.9% rule, so pretty decent there in terms of the numbers. If you look at the total cash, all in, you're looking at about $80,000 to buy this property. And then your cash on cash return is somewhere in the ballpark of about 7 to 12% just on the cash flow. So that's some really strong numbers there. And then of course, looking, a little bit further down the line, 30 years in the future, this property makes you about $1.5 million when you factor in your appreciation, your cash flow, paying off your loan, and then some tax benefits as well. And of course, I always want to compare this to the stock market, make sure we're doing better for the extra hassle and effort of being a landlord. And this projects all the way out to 30 years, and this real estate deal is still crushing the stock market even 30 years down the line. So, numbers are really strong on this one. I think it's a great opportunity.